Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for this today? Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the last day of March, 31st. Last day. Last call for March. Um, I hope everybody's had a wonderful morning this morning. These indices seem to have been in a little bit of a chop. The the leader of the parade today has been TF, and that's typical. It responds a little more quickly than the others simply because the underlying stocks are all small cap and they tend to be more volatile. Um, this morning we had the dollar sell-offs, and of course the euro responded uh, with its standard correlation. It went up. If you were our Forex pair trader, that had to have been a really nice morning for you. And bonds have had, I don't know, they've had a couple of nice 10 tick scalps. I didn't take either one of them, but they were there. I missed the entries, so I didn't take them. The interesting thing this morning, I think, has been the Canadian dollar. There was Canadian economic news this morning at 8:30, and the Canadian dollar bolted straight up, and then it suddenly lost its steam and turned back around. But it has been. I don't know if anybody trades the 6C, but today was sure a nice day for that. Crude oil is in a bit of a chop for right now, and Brent is, for the last couple 3 hours, Brent has not done much since the open this morning. The thing I find very interesting today is this VIX, and I'm keeping a real good eye on the VIX right now. It's trading 1354, which is the so-called norm, right around 13 to 15, but it's headed really low for the conditions of the economy, I guess. When you look at these indices, and you're kind of asking yourself, especially the S&P, how high is high? Um, 2060 is high, real high. We'll have to see how long this lasts, because today's the last day of the first quarter, and it seems to me what's happening here is some of these hedge fund managers are really trying to make the first quarter look better than they started out in January. Was not very pleasant. If you've got those kinds of funds and those kinds of reports that you have to put out for stockholders and shareholders and what have you. We'll see how high is next week. But crude oil had a really nice move this morning, and our wonderful Apex, the classic Apex E, about 8:30, there was a nice move off of settlement up to the magnet right here at 3860, and then it turned right around and went back down to the open today, and then it went right back up to this big magnet, which has been here for quite a while, I think at 3890. And so this was a 100 tick run on this. If you if you took it. One of the things I'm working on a little different chart that I'm using in conjunction with this. I'm seeing how well I like it, but it may be a little bit easier for people to see. But the standard, if you did have a trend catcher on here, you had an entry at about 38.05, and you with the trend catcher. And if you're using the Apex Classic, it's 3 ticks away from the E, which would be right up here about 38.13 or so. But when you have this red ice and then the settlement right above it, you might be well advised to take that, make sure it's going to clear settlement, because sometimes it will back right off of settlement. And gold has not moved very much this morning. I think Denali put a message in the chat this morning to let you know about the grain reports. And so if you have an interest in trading those, I would check out it. I think he put this in a little, maybe 30 minutes ago or so, but look for that message. So tomorrow on the news front, there are lots of economic numbers from Europe early in the morning. So if you're in the time zone or you get up at the crack of dawn or whatever it is, some of these numbers start coming out around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they're staggered right on through till about 5 in the morning. You might want to check the Apex website news tab for, I suspect there's a nice US Euro pair trade in there. Tomorrow also at 8:30 we have significant, remember it's Friday, and Fridays bring usually the significant economic numbers are released on Friday for the US. So tomorrow we have the average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and unemployment rate. These things are watched very closely for the by the FOMAC, because that's part of what they use to decide if they're going to raise interest rates. First they were talking about next month, and after the markets got off to such a horrible beginning of this year, they kind of backed off from that position. So we'll see what they do. But anyway, at 9:45 is the final manufacturing PMI, which doesn't usually cause too much volatility. But then at 10, there are quite a few, and one of them is the ISM manufacturing. So, and I love the revised consumer sentiment. Holy cow. I mean, these people, they need to get a life. Anyway, of course, that's why this is my view. I don't see anything else. Tomorrow is the first day of the new month. So this, after the close today, this is a really good time to evaluate your business plan, close out your business plan of the first quarter. Where are you with what your annual goals are? You should be 25% of the way there. And if you are above that, great. Then you may need to readjust some of your goals. And if you are below that, then you want to ask yourself, what do I need to tweak here to get this thing going the way I want it to? And really evaluate your trades and your trading and what you need to do to get where you're going, because this is one of those things that truly, if it's to be, it's up to me. Nobody's going to learn this for you, and nobody's going to do it for you. And while it's relatively simple, it does take some, it takes a lot of practice and it takes a lot of discipline. So I find it really helpful to write everything down so I have it right in front of me, and I get less distracted by other stuff if I have my plan right in front of me. I know what I'm supposed to do today. I'm supposed to do this, this, and this. These are the trades I want to take. I'm looking for trades in 4 different markets that sometimes they show up in all 4 and sometimes none of them show up. But that's trading. Some days when I want trades in TF, I just don't get any that day, but I get really great trades somewhere else. So if you have that all written and right in front of you, it's a little bit easier to, at least I find it is, to fill my shopping list. So today going into the close might be a little interesting. If you trade in the afternoon, or if you just want something interesting and entertaining to watch, I have an idea that the last 30 minutes might be pretty interesting. So, and don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow is oh wait, no, that's weekly options. Okay. Okay, so today is the last trading day of this month, and we'll see. I watched the ES on a 30-minute chart just as an indication. They're all kind of climbing, and at this point, it seems like they've got their fingernails to the cliff, and they're trying to climb and climb and climb, but they're not getting real far. So I think that's about all I see, and so we'll catch up with this tomorrow. If anybody is finding different ways to use this alchemy or use your market analyzer and stuff, be sure and either post that in the forum or let us know here in the chat too, because it helps and benefits everybody. Many times somebody else will think of something that you didn't see, and the light bulb goes on. So that's part of the value of having this trading room and this chat open all the time. So this has been my view from my world in Apex land, brought to you by Apex Investing. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.